Well, we're all familiar about headlines about companies and executives who misbehave and get themselves into some hot water. But what often goes ignored are the people and the companies that do the things the right way. For 9 years, the Ethisphere Institute has conducted a survey of companies across the globe to compile their annual list of world's most ethical companies, with literally thousands of companies applying for this designation each year. Joining us today to talk about the correlation between good ethics and good business is Tim Herblick, along with Audrey Boone-Tillman, Executive Vice President and General Counsel for Aflac. And get this, a 9-time winner of the World's Most Ethical Companies Award. Tim, let's start with you, sir, and good morning to both of you. But let's start off with saying, what is the state of the corporate ethics today?
I think it's positive. I think it's improving. And I think to your intro, I think companies now have figured out that doing business in the right way, like Aflac has, is a competitive advantage for them.
And I understand that the Ethisphere has done a lot of research on this subject and that you found a correlation between good ethics and good business. Tell us about that as well.
There's many ways to look at it, from employee engagement to customer growth and revenue growth. I think that the simplest way is to simply look at those publicly traded companies and their stock performance. Since 2007, the listed companies around the globe have literally outperformed every benchmark there is, and I think that says something.
And when you say going past the benchmark, how do you say that they're doing this?
Well, I think, in today's world of 24/7, 365 news cycles, especially, people want to report bad news. I think something like transparency is incredibly important. They're more open. They're more open with their customers. They're more open with regulators, more open with employees. And it's really a global conversation. So I think that's just one way that it's so important, and it's good business.
Absolutely. Now, Audrey, I'm going to brag on you and your company just a little bit here. Your company has been on the ethics list for the last 9 years. What are you guys doing so much better than other companies are doing?
Well, first of all, we are very pleased and honored to make the list for 9 consecutive years. We don't take that for granted, and we're very, very proud of that. But I don't think we have any special formula that I can offer. I can just tell you that at Aflac, we are very focused on our corporate culture and making sure that our employees know what it means to do things the Aflac way. We call it the Aflac way, but it really is just doing things the right way, being focused on integrity, on honesty, transparency, as Tim says. We have a number of measures that we take throughout the year to reinforce to our employees that we've made a promise to our shareholders and our policyholders, and that we've got to do what we must do to maintain that promise.
It sounds like just a great standard of how your company runs, and it's laid out to the employees like the first or second day that they're there, and say, this is how we do business, this is how we expect you to do business as well.
That's exactly right, and it starts at the top. It starts with our CEO and our senior leadership, and we make sure that we walk the walk and not just talk the talk. So in a company like ours, and with a culture like ours, there are multiple places that you will see the ethical standpoint.
Folks, thank you so much for joining us today. Of course, you're in New York City this week for the Global Ethics Summit, and we're pleased that it's taking place there. And thank you so much once again for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
And we've got more after the break, so please stay with us.